How's it going, guys? Test failed today. Hope I didn't fail your test today. Otherwise, you wouldn't even playing, or not really playing, but technically just, I guess me showing you the new Super Mario Bros. Plus behind the scenes stuff. Maybe I'll come up with a name for the series. I probably already have, let's be honest. Or maybe I'll just still be considered indecisive. Anyways, we're going to be doing World 3, which is also known as Snowy Peaks, which I actually completely forgot to mention. Technically, these worlds have names, so we have Snowy Peaks, Sandy Dunes, and Greeny Hills. Anyways, let's show you 3-1. So, oh geez, that was a weird thing. So already we've got a kind of interesting idea where we've actually got a hidden one up there, which I'm not really sure why I put, but I put it there. And we've also got a star coin, which, I mean, if you're kind of going like this, you'll probably see it at the corner of your eye, but then you actually have to go all the way down here, which isn't that hard, but when you try to spin, when you're doing when you're self-imposed challenging yourself, those are not fun spinning wall jumps to have to make. Anyways, there's also a hidden power up here, that is actually supposed to be, I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be a squirrel suit. Yeah, I personally not the happiest of this having here, because it almost just feels like a dev power, which it really isn't. It's just kind of there for if you are meaning to go like this, and you're like, hello, jump, boom. So, yeah. Anyways, you've got a little... I actually was being completely uncommentated for some reason. It's been a while since I've actually been able to record, since I've had basically a 3-week gap of not being able to really do much of anything. This supposed to be the little intersection where you can kind of go... You do like this little wall jump, and then you get up at the top, and you get a fun little slide that you can go down. There is this somewhat hidden star coin that's also really poorly designed. What you kind of need to do is you need to jump up here. Preferably don't get hit by the fire piranha plants, but obviously that happened. Even then, I don't even think it's really that possible to make that jump without even either getting hit or like without some pretty crazy maneuver. So that's kind of annoying. And then there's also a hidden block here. I don't know why I'm big. I just realized, why am I big? Regardless though, here is oh no, I know why I'm big, never mind. So that was just the star coin that's just there. I have this really random pipe setup that is just to make it look like they're interconnected. That's basically it. I'm just gonna try to go you like a rough synopsis of the movie. Or not the movie. I don't know where I got movie from. Of this little level, I guess. I don't know how to word it. So there's a checkpoint. We've also got propeller mushrooms. It's kind of interesting that I give you a propeller mushroom and a squirrel suit, theoretically. Then there's also this arrow, which is kind of hard to even notice that it's an arrow, but if you do come up here, there is a on-off block. You want it to be off because that's how you get the star coin. The original idea wasn't actually, it was like that. The original concept was to have the star coin all the way up here. And that was really bad because I don't even think I think it was just like this. I think that was the original thing, so for you to, like, actually think, oh yeah, there's a star coin up there, it's basically, like, nothing. So that was a really bad thing to hide a star coin up there. And for that reason, I added the on-off block and make it hidden into the ground. And then we've got just a few more enemies, and then that's the end of the level, assuming you're able to jump up on the Snowpokey, or Snowkey, or whatever. I don't even know its name. But yeah, this level, I don't remember it really being changed that much, apart from me adding, like, this hidden block, changing the star coin so that there's a hidden block, there's a on-off block there. Yeah, I don't really think a lot of this level really got changed, but it is definitely, like, it is interesting. And also, there's actually a couple of things that I forgot to mention in my World 2 video that I actually wanted to mention, that I just completely forgot to, but I'll get into that after we finish World 3. I should probably grab more water, because, yeah, I'm almost out already, and we're not even, not even that far into this video. So, here we have a level that's based on New Super Mario Bros. Wii. it's kind of obvious as hell because there's a bullet bill right at the start, and you can argue that like, actually, I would honestly say this is probably like the most similar level that you can get to New Super Mario Bros. Wii, apart from maybe 1-5. But like, yeah, because like there's this beginning bullet bill or bill blaster, and then if we go over here, we have this a very similar looking setup. There's also a hidden one up there that I think I showed off, but I'm not quite sure. Believe it or not, there was actually a Yoshi up here, but I actually removed it because then it looked way too similar to New Super Mario Bros. Wii. So I actually removed it completely. I think if I want to remember, it was like, I want to say it was something like this. Whoops. And like, in order to actually get to it, you would have to jump on this bill blaster, or you can obviously, you know, be cheap and then do a jump like that. But it's whatever. Anyways, after, like, basically once you pick up this checkpoint is when it starts to feel very New Super Mario Bros. Wii-like. If we go into here, yeah, this looks very similar, doesn't it? With, like, the bill blasters in the middle and the pipe. I don't know why I did this. Anyways, we also have this underground section, which I feel like is a weirdly big flaw because it's kind of hard to get this star coin. Because you kind of have to, like, you very specifically have to, like, bounce on this note block, and obviously not go off the edge when you do end up actually landing on the seesaw. So, yeah, this was, like, one of the worst designs I ever had for a star coin, in my opinion, because it's just so ridiculously hard to try to set that up. All I needed to really do was lower it, or I think, like, raising it by one tile would have actually just been enough to make this, yeah, to make it not as impossible to land on. So, that was a big issue. But even then, I'm pretty sure this was also just, oh yeah, New Super Mario Bros. Wii. Or, I don't even know why I did that. The star coin was, like, here, and then there was, like, Bill Blaster, Bill Blaster, Bill Blaster. I think it was actually, like, in the walls. Because Bill Blasters have gravity. So it was probably something like this. Not without the... Actually, no, I think the note blocks were there. And then you just have to, obviously, go get the star coin yourself. So, not that interesting. Like, it definitely did get changed, because I did feel like this level felt too much like 3-2 from New Super Mario Bros. Wii. So I had to change it. Even then, it still looks very similar. So, yeah, I feel like this is like one of the most unoriginal courses ever. Although I will admit, this star coin here is actually kind of nice. You'd need a fire flower to get it. And sometimes it's not always the easiest to actually keep a fire flower. Because with how many bullet bills and obstacles there are in the level. So that's actually one of the reasons why. There's also a Hammer Bro there, which you barely saw. And I don't really know why I have that thing there. Like, the conveyor belt. Also, you can kind of just cheat the puzzle by going like this, but it's fine. I really don't know why I have this here. I think it's probably to, like, build up speed. But it's fine. And then you can always just melt the coins. That way you get this. And end of level. I don't really know why I have the final Bill Blaster there. But yeah. This level, like, it did get changed quite a bit, but that's mainly just to make it not look like New Super Mario Bros. Wii's 3-2, as I've already mentioned, like, 7 times already. But, yeah. It wasn't really a whole lot. This is like one of the levels where I would, like, go back and probably change it, like, period, like, probably just start from scratch. And this next level also gets kind of New Super Mario Bros. Wii-ish. We have this Snowkey and a Hammer Bro, and we also have an underground section. Very similar to 3-3. At least it gets pretty different here, because now we actually have nighttime ice. Or the snow theme. Which is, which I did this because I think it was originally an underground, but, like, I realized that actually near the end, I never ended up using, this style. Like, I never ended up using this. Also, I actually wonder... Do I have this uploaded? I don't even know. Regardless, though, I never ended up using the nighttime snow theme, so I just thought this was like the most appropriate time to use this. It's unfortunate though, because I feel like the ice physics are way too slippery, like way slipperier than I feel like they should be. But I mean, it's the only way to have like slippery floor, even like or slippery ground. Anyways, this is very New Super Mario Bros. Wii. I feel like this world is probably like the most similar to New Super Mario Bros. Wii. I am going to say that right now. And that I'm not even like really joking when I say this. Also, I feel like this is kind of bad because you have to like launch it up there. Because I'm pretty sure if you try to like just hit the POW like this. Oh, never mind. It does make the star coin drop. But I feel like there was at one point where it didn't make the star coin drop, and that was a bit of an issue. It doesn't even drop all the coins. And that's just because of the way how it works. How Mario Maker cameras works, which is kind of why I kind of wish you can custom set the camera. But then it would make very complicated stuff, so I guess it kind of makes sense to keep it very, very simple. Here's a checkpoint that's upside down and in this weird formation. Don't know why I did this. I feel like it's just very unnecessary. And if we go down here, Hammer Bro! And another roulette block. Wannabe, essentially. I get a 1-up. I don't know what the options are, I'm just curious. What are the options? You have Fire Flower, Mushroom, or 1-up. Interesting, I guess. But there was also a weird flaw. I want to say... This... Oh, that's kind of annoying. Oh! I want to say... It was like this. Like, the roulette block. And there was actually a weird problem with this, because the camera would never focus upwards if you did try to hit this POW. The coin wouldn't fall, and obviously it did fall there, but that's because I didn't have it high enough. I think it needs to be, like, at that height, and then all of a sudden, like, you just can't... You can't trigger the coin to fall as you hit the POW block. Yeah, it kind of... That just happens, and, yeah, I had to change that. There's also this star coin, which I really don't know why I did it like this. Like, there's a muncher there. I guess the muncher is supposed to weigh down the seesaw. But, like, I don't know. I feel like doing it like this is a bit odd. I could also do that, which is very funny and nice that you can do. I actually have an entire level that's based around... Or that's not even based around this. It's just like, oh yeah, this is a concept. And I actually uploaded that level into Course World, but I didn't really use this. Welcome to Random Bonsai Build Time! The third sequel edition. Well, I don't get it. I don't know what's with me in adding random bonsai builds, and nor did I really think that when I was going back and fixing these levels to ever remove them. So, yeah, that's one of the most weirdest things. Also, I realized that there's not a background for this thing. That's kind of interesting. There's also these cannons, which are just kind of here to just be annoying. Like, they just launch cannonballs, even though I don't even think they really pose much of a threat if you just stand here. Yeah. Actually, is it possible to get hit? I don't think it is, based on where I'm standing. But, yeah, that is that level. Not really a whole lot that really happened. Oh yeah, I don't think I mentioned, there were power-ups in here, not power-ups, but there was stuff in here, like a coin, and a 1-up. And then here was the end of the level, which is essentially another Snooki jump, but it's not really a huge issue. And now we've got the tower. So like always, we have the tower starting like this, but all of a sudden it becomes basically a frozen tower, where there's ice blocks everywhere to basically make it slippery and stuff, which is kind of, you know, would make sense in World 3, a snowy, icy world. Anyways, you can go, that's what that twister is supposed to be there, although I feel like those icicles are kind of in jerkus places, because, like, imagine, like, okay, no, like, imagine you're, like, here. Oh, whoa. Imagine, like, you're here, and, like, you're actually holding up jump, and then boom, you just get hit, which is, like, Very unfortunate. I don't know why I did this. Also, this, which is like, the idea was that like, oh, you have to use the twister and you have to time it correctly so you hit this. No, you could just go like that. Not that clever. I'm gonna be honest. That was kind of, well, it's kind of unfortunate that, you know, that it was played like this. Also, I don't know why I have this here. I want to say this is just a 1-up. No, I'm trying to twirl, but I can't. Oh, I guess I could just use the dry bones. Yeah, there you go. It's just a 1-up. Not, you know, impressive or anything, but it is there. Anyways. There is this spring, which if you take it over here, you can get the star coin. Although you can also just like do that. In fact, it's much easier if you don't even have a mushroom, but oh well, too late. I know. I even tried to incorporate this block so that it's much harder to do that, but that nothing's stopping you from doing a crouch jump. No, I don't even think anything is stopping you from just not even having a power-up at all. Like, you just, you know... Yeah, so you don't even need a power-up at all to just try to set this up. You have a checkpoint, fire flower, and here comes something kind of interesting. Nisumara's Wii, huh? Yep, that's what this is very similar to. Just having essentially a platform that's moving up and there's spike balls. This is kind of something kind of funny as you kind of notice already. So notice how these, yeah, like that it gets rid of that ice block, but for here it doesn't. So the spring kind of just stays here. But I actually use this as a weirdly unique opportunity so that when more spike balls come, it actually could be used to kind of make them bounce endlessly, except for the left one. I didn't make that happen at all. Sometimes sometimes the spike ball can actually get up there, which even then it's just gonna like break that and then fall. So don't worry. There is also, as you kind of saw over here, a pipe that I feel like is kind of annoying because it's like if you do miss it and you do jump up, then there's no way you can get this star coin. And you also want to be big for a reason we'll see a little bit later. Okay, yeah. This also, I forgot the checkpoint is here. So just as long as you are big, because as we go through this entire scene again, which also, it does keep actually the destroyed blocks, so that's kind of funny in some way. Let's see, does it change anything? Whoa. Oh, whoa, that one actually got, like, crushed or something. That was interesting. Now you want to go up here, but if you aren't careful, like, you could have, like, stuff, like, where this twister, like, if this twister is, like, doing this, right? And, like, you're trying to go aside, and then all of a sudden, whoa, it boosts you up, and it boosts you up here, and then boom, now you can't get the star coin anymore, which is somewhat annoying, but I kind of just have it like that. But once you get that, you can get the star coin once you know, obviously have something. I feel like, again, like I said earlier, I feel like this world's very similar to New Super Mario Bros. Wii. But I do think this is like the last world where it starts to feel copy-paste. I'm gonna be honest. I think, like, yeah, there might be a few levels, but it's not like, it feels kind of far in between. And also, the hidden power-up in this is actually on top of the pipe and not here, so keep that in mind. And boom boom, except on ice. That doesn't make you any harder, let's be honest, because once you hit him once, you can, well, if you're not like an idiot and make errors like me, you can just like kind of stun lock him pretty easily, so not hard. And that's the end of the level, except I jump over it, and there's the ice. Yeah, that's essentially this level, and like what this level is kind of like. In terms of changes, I want to say nothing changed at all. Like, I think, like, the only thing that really got changed was that this was originally moving up, which in multiplayer is kind of a bad thing, because then, like, your other players just kind of get stuck here. They kind of just get, like, stuck here, and they can't really do anything. So, I had to make that facing down. But apart from that, I don't think anything changed. And now we have our first ghost house. Which, every single ghost house which is only 3 up, is gonna start by opening a door, because that's how New Super Mario Bros. Usually starts them. You enter a door usually. Now, this is essentially just don't hit that because that's a boo. And the laughing sound effect is supposed to simulate the boos laughing, but there's obviously no sound effect for that, so I have to compromise and use the laughing sound effect, which I'm gonna be honest is not like... It does feel a bit trolly. And also, don't pick up that star coin, because that's actually not a star coin at all. As you notice, it's 10 coin instead of a 30 coin, meaning it's actually a fake star coin. So don't do that either. And here's a funny little illusion thing that I do. You actually can't progress in the level at all, but it more feels like nothing happened. Well, actually no, this wall is gone, and if we go back, then it's actually a star coin, and this is now a boo, compared to this, which is actually a power-up. So I actually flip it, so it's kind of like a fun little illusion thing. Those are just a nice thing, is like, well, if you actually do end up going back here, well, now you have a fun little thing. There's also this. Also, there is one kind of weird flaw with this, is that if you do, like, look in this direction for too long, the boos from the other side of this wall will end up joining you, because the way this works is that it's just literally on the opposite side of this. So that's one kind of flaw, but doesn't really matter in my opinion. And then there's also this star coin, which is like... I mean, I guess if you're not paying attention, it could just be like... You could, like, walk by. There's also that. I like to use sound effects in this level for some reason, but, like, nowhere else do I really use sound effects. So that's kind of interesting. Anyways. Now we have the opposite of the tower. We're going up. Now we're going down! This feels kind of New Super Mario Bros. Wii-like, because of that one level. There's also a fake star coin, so don't pick that up. Instead, what you want to do is you kind of want to run to this side, and then pick up that one. Okay, well, anyways, and that's basically the end of the level. I don't remember too much changing, really. In fact, I think the only thing I really changed was to add extra illusion and adding these blocks here so that it kind of looked like the door was there, but really it wasn't. But yeah, it's kind of funny that just, like, World 3, which admittedly had, like, the most boring level designs, is the one that I didn't really fix that much. Which is, I feel like is kind of a bad thing, but oh well. Ooh, this level, 3-4. Okay, so this is kind of interesting. Fun little story. That's how the original platforms were, but the mushroom platform actually overrid the ice. So, like, you can walk on this and you don't have to worry about slipping. So I had to fix that, and by fixing it, I mean just moving it one down. So that now you actually have ice physics. And the idea is supposed to be like, you're kind of like, you're in a frozen environment so that the mushrooms tops have actually got, like, snowed over and they're not cold and slippery. I'm surprised I didn't die there, but then I did have the Yoshi, so that's fine. And then there's this star coin, which is like, the idea is that you're supposed to do that. Which, it is actually possible to get it without doing that method. I mean, obviously you can suicide, but if you do get this propeller mushroom, if you manage to get this propeller mushroom, you can actually get this by, well, okay, let's go like this. You can actually do this, except I messed up, but let me see if I can do this, because I know it is possible. I've done this before, where you land up here and then wall jump and then propeller twirl. So cool. And then there's actually also a hidden star up here. Or if you do get up here, there's both a star and a 1-up, actually, so that's cool. Whoa, 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 whoa. So yeah, there's also this star, that if you do try to climb up there, just be careful, because you will miss out a star coin if you don't jump down here. But you do have to be at full speed, because I don't think, I'm pretty sure, if you're not at full speed, you won't make the drop-off completely. And even then, it's like, yeah, you won't make the drop-offs. You kind of need to be. Also, you do notice that this one mushroom is kind of like, doesn't have to, you can't actually lower it anymore. Like, you can't lower it anymore. You can't move it down because, you know, that's the edge, so unfortunately you can't really do that. But regardless, you can kind of go up here. And then we have, like, the, like, more like the athletic New Super Mario Bros. Things, where it's, like, the blocks kind of, like, move weirdly. That's what this is supposed to represent, except, you know, not very well. So, there goes that. Then there is this crazy thing, which I don't really know why I did this. Regardless, though, the middle pipe is something you can go in. You just have to make sure that the seesaw is, like, neutral. And you can go in here and get the star coin, except I'm being too hasty right now, so I'm not able to get the star coin. Yeah, that paratrooper looks a bit weird when it's floating, but that's just kind of how the level design worked. And that's the end of the level. I don't remember that much changing. Also, I think if you are here, yeah, it does kind of get stopped, so that's why I have it set one block up. And, yeah, not really much change from this level, I'm gonna be honest. I feel like the only thing I really changed was maybe, like, a couple of enemy positions. Like, I might have had this spiny, I think I might have had the spiny, like here, instead of, like, on the mushroom platform. But, yeah. Again, I feel like World 3 did not change that much, if at all. Unfortunately, very small changes. Oh, here's a weird level that I don't want to say I regret making, but I feel like there was a better way I could have made this level. So, here we have icicles, and then we do also have a mushroom, which is also kind of a bad thing, because now it makes it kind of hard to get into here. Except I make it first try, so it's kind of a moot point, but, like, if you do have a mushroom, it's kind of harder to get in there, because, you know, you have to, like, do this, you have to, like, wall jump correctly. But yeah, as you can kind of see, it's kind of annoying to get in there. But apart from that, if you try to jump up here... Well, first of all, if you jump up from this side, you just fail to see the secret. That is... Wow, I actually did it without even trying. Lol. Come on. Oh, there we go. So, if you do get up here, you get... I think the only instance I ever used Red Yoshi. And you also need Red Yoshi for the last star coin, so it's kind of like... I feel like that secret, which is not good at all. So that was a bit of an issue. Also, we have the Mario Snowman and the Peach Snowman, just kind of right here, which I think is kind of interesting and funny. We do also have this section, which is also kind of interesting. Oh, jeez. Uh-oh. So what you want to do is I'm going to grab this shell, and the idea is that you're supposed to use the shell to help you pick up, like, this entire fountain of coins. Not launch it in that direction. That's not what direction I wanted to launch it in. But yeah, you're supposed to get a bunch of coins, but I kind of failed to do it when I actually was going through the level, so... That was a weird issue, I guess. Anyways. We do also have a red ring that might actually be kind of annoying to get all the red coins if you're not careful. Because this spike could be annoying, like the twisters, because you can get, like, stuck weirdly. Like, there's not actually a timer, but, like, in the videos, you know, a red ring, or, like, in the New Super Mario games, the red ring normally does have a timer, so I'm like, okay, well, I'm gonna simulate a timer in the videos. So, which is actually, like, one of the first times I ever got to use custom sound effects, which is interesting. Fun little history lesson, not history lesson, just fun facts about, I guess, not really necessarily my recording software or anything, just, I actually think it's better if you go like this. Oh, never mind. No, I'm gonna need not pink Yoshi, red Yoshi for something. This is not Yoshi's New Island. I don't have to worry about the colored Yoshis, or even Yoshi's Crafted World, which I still need to get back into streaming that and stuff, but it's okay. But yeah, there's that star coin. I feel like the star coin's a bit too, like, weird. Like, you have to, like, jump on the Bill Blasters, which I guess if you don't have Yoshi, it's much harder. And you're more likely to get hit. But, yeah. Also, here's the Snowmans again, the Snowman duo. I think no, this was actually something I did intentionally do, which was to have the Yoshi... Dang it. Was to have, like, not the Yoshis, the Snowman, like, attached like this. So, that was something, and I'm also going to need this red Yoshi for something. Which you, well, I mean, you already know the reason. It's to get the last star coin. Oop! I got hit by, like, my own snowman. Anyways. There's checkpoint, and we have an underwater section. Theoretically, it's not necessarily smart to be going to, like, jump into, like, an icy lake. But, it's okay. Because, like, there is, like, ice surrounding us and everything. There's also these bonefish. Which could be annoying. The fish bones? I forget what they're called. There is also, I think there's a Goomba in here that's supposed to... I think it's supposed to have a sound effect in it. No, it doesn't even have a sound effect. No! Okay, no, I get it. I get it now. This was actually supposed to be, like, a frozen Goomba. As if, like, you know, it got too cold here. And also, I just had... And now I have to do this. Anyways, there's also this P-switch, which is also kind of a good thing and a bad thing. It's cool because, like, you know, there's coins you can collect, but... yeah. So, the ending star coin, the idea is that... I don't think these were frozen coins before. I'm pretty sure these were just regular coins. So the idea was that, oh, well, you need Red Yoshi, because Red Yoshi is the only one that can fire through a wall, and for you to hit this Goomba, so it activates the P-switch. Oh, wait. Yeah. Actually, I don't even know how to think about it. I think it was... It might have just been like that. And, like, well, okay, not like this, but, like... Where, like, you needed to, like, you couldn't get here at all. But obviously it got switched for some reason so that it was like this. So that you needed to actually melt it first. But one thing that, I mean, I guess is admittedly kind of cool, but also kind of weird. When you hit a P-switch, it also makes all frozen coins into frozen bricks. But it's weird because you can't make it into a frozen brick normally. Which I feel like is the problem here. Because if you could have made it into a frozen brick, then it would have made things so much easier and not cause this weird issue where, like, you couldn't move. And, like, well, like, because otherwise you would have to, like, you would have to melt this first. Then come over here. To melt that. And even then, like, or obviously you have to pick up the coins, which I didn't do. So, like, what you need to do... You need to pick up the coins. Assuming those bricks weren't there, let's just be honest. And then you would do that. But, now that I realize it, you don't even need Red Yoshi. Just so long as you have a Fire Flower, you'll be fine. Because you could just go like this. And all of a sudden you have the Star Coin. Negating the fact that you need the P-switch. So, I feel like this is one of those cases where it's like, it's a cool concept that you need Red Yoshi, but I feel like I could have done it differently. Like, this was not the way I should have done it. So that's something that I kind of wish I did. In terms of changes to this level, I think the only change that I can really remember was just this entire thing. And apart from that, I think everything stayed the same. Alright, 3-Dash Castle. Guess what? It's very similar to New Super Mario Bros. Wii 3-Dash Castle, with, like, these ice blocks at the beginning, with the dry bones, and having a very similar start layout. And then we go through here. It's a snake block! Also like New Super Mario Bros. Wii. Also there's icicles that you have to avoid. Then there's, like, these awkward jumps that you have to do. Yeah, this is, like, the most unoriginal world ever. I don't get it. I don't know what was with my mind when making these worlds. Or this world specifically, not all of them. But yeah. The snake block's path, if you really want to see it, just down, up, and then just, like, down, and then it goes around these platforms, and it does, like, this loop thing. And then you obviously get to here, which is, I don't get why this is here. I think that's just to say, hey, this is, like, your stop point. You have this star coin, which is kind of a weird thing, because it's like, if you're not careful, you can easily fall off. But the idea, or, like, the same idea is, like, why is this even here in the first place? Seriously. It's, like, not that hard. Also, like, there's this pick a path thing, which is like the top path is supposed to be harder, but like it's not even by that much harder. You literally just have one extra skewer that you have to avoid, and like half the time is not really gonna be detrimental even in the first place. So yeah, and it also has the same problem of, well, it's kind of awkward to actually hit, because the way you need to do this is you kind of need to be here and go like that. And I think if you're like big, it's actually, oh, never mind. I thought if like you're big, like you can accidentally hit this. So yeah, you can also do this, which is funny, but like not intentional at all. And I also don't find this a bit interesting that the pipe goes in here and it's ice, when it really should just be brick blocks. Or hard blocks, even. Yeah, there's not much in this, in the sub-area specifically. However, we're not done, as once we get here, we have more New Super Mario Bros. Wii with the bombs kind of coming from this area. And you need to make it blow up some of the ice. And then there's just a star coin that you have to get. Whoops. And then what you can do is just, like, do that. You can also get the bob-ombs and put it here, but I find this to be a bit riskier, in my opinion, because it's, like, you have the lava to worry about, when you can easily just, like, destroy the top tile up there. So, like, the way you would do this is essentially just, you'd grab up a bomb, and then you would try to put it in there, and then there we go, now you have a little bridge. And then there's this checkpoint that's up here, which I don't get why it's up here, but it is up here, so cool. Take that however you want to. And there goes my mushroom. Anyways, more bombs, except this is actually kind of a weird situation where you could actually get in a kind of annoying situation if the bombs line up specifically. Like if you, okay, basically what I mean is that if you decide to do this, like kind of destroy the ice here. Oh geez, whoops. And then you decide to activate the snake block. Oh wait, you can't make it through because all this ice is here. So that was kind of an accidental flaw that I didn't even fix. But I don't even think I bothered to fix World 3 for the fact that so many of the levels felt so copy-paste and I didn't even bother fixing them. So that's why I recommend that you just throw the bombs in this area so that it at least breaks the wall. And that you can easily just get through. So, then we have this star coin, which actually has warnings of the lava bubbles on there. As you can see, it's kind of in front of it. And the idea was that so that you can't easily get caught off guard if you, for some reason, don't see the lava bubbles. There's also just an idea, like, well, you need to go like this to hit the snake block. Except I don't even have the snake block running. So it's a bit of a bad case. So let's just go like this, okay? You kind of go around. You go up above. Well, assuming you don't go for the star coin. You're just gonna go above. You kind of just go down here. And then you also just kind of do this wraparound thing. Also like New Super Mario Bros. Wii. I think there was originally a red ring. But then there was a weird problem of, well, you have a red ring, meaning you get a key, but you could just ignore using the key on that and use it in the boss, meaning you don't even have to fight the boss. Which is actually something I wanted to mention. World 2's boss was like the most boring thing ever, and it was like so easy that the fact that you could also just like not even, you could like, depending on what you're doing, you could also just like not have to do the boss at all. But anyways, if you do go inside, press lever introduces this hallway, gets icy, and Lemmy's here! Because of Puzzle and Dragon Super Mario Bros. Edition, at least Score Attack, Course 5, which is like the most annoying thing ever. You are probably one of my least favorite Koopalings, because you are always a roadblock for me in that very specific course. Either way, that's that. But something that I just think was really interesting about this, let's just say we have Lemmy here. this boss fight was very interesting. What it was originally was, it was like 3 munchers on top of each other, and the idea was that there was like a... There was like a, there was POW blocks on rails. And the idea was that, like, you wanted to be careful. And there was, like, obviously that. But, like, I think there was also obstacles going your way. I don't remember who it was. It actually might have been fire piranha plants. So what it might have been is that there were, like, a few fire piranha plants, like, here. And, I forgot to add the POW blocks. And there was one there, one, like, here, and then obviously one, like, here, but it was going up. And the idea was that once you got into this room, you basically had to stall out the timer. Until, obviously, like, you got the POW blocks. So that was the original boss fight, and it was actually a really interesting, because, like, it was actually, like, a creative thing, unlike, you know, where it's just, like, a weird thing that I tried to replicate and it didn't work. I mean, I guess this is also, like, such a weird thing. That it wasn't really a replication, though. It's just an idea that I thought of. And, yeah, that's the end of the level. So, yeah, very, very similar. Very similar. Not a whole lot changed, I'll be honest. Oh, yeah, look at this. So there's, like, this little empty gap here. I think this was where the original red coin thing was. Either that or I ran out of ice blocks and I had to, like, get more. Because, yeah, I do think I was pretty close to the ice block entity limit. Actually, let me just see if I try to fill that in. Yeah, look, I'm out of the ice block entity. So that's very interesting. And that's it, that's World 3. So, there's still quite a few things to show off. First off, we're gonna go to WorldBot and show you what World 3 looks like. In this thing, which I think you saw like a brief glimpse of earlier. So if we go to World 4, here we have World 2's airship, but then you have this interesting little path. Let's just press play. So let's just say, like, you know, you obviously clear the airship. Also, I will say, like, the world maps are somewhat based on, like, actual worlds. I think I think except for World 1, I think World 1 is the only one where it's, like, actually, like, World 1 and World 4, actually, are the ones that are kind of unique. Like, the others are actually based on something. Anyways, this is just, like, you know, once you clear this, you can go to the top path, which gives you a... Which actually does give you one of these, which is one of these houses. I forget what this one is. Oh, it's a match one. I normally suck at these. Am I gonna, like, reverse psychology this? No way! I'm not joking when I say this. I normally do suck at those. So, wow. That's kind of funny. Anyways, it's kind of like it's kind of more of a boring world because it's like there's only like really one split path, and even then it's kind of like not that interesting. But it doesn't technically end since like like it only has so many levels. So you kind of just it goes like this and like this, and I think that's a World 4 level. Yeah, that's a World 4 level. So yeah, not much was really able to happen there. But we also got to show off something, which is World 3. Little end credit thing that I had to do. I don't know what just happened outside, but apparently something did happen outside. The idea was that there was this giant snowball, there was the icicles, then there was the snow spike, there's the snow key, then you get to see Red Yoshi. You got the little, like, thing, the fire power plant, and the frozen coins, and then obviously I start running at this. So that's how this works. I think there is like if you do time it correctly, you can actually like have the snow spike hit you. Like I want to say that was a possibility. Like if you do end up like timing everything correctly. I want to see if I can show it off, but it might take a while, and it might not even just be worth it. Okay, well I can't. But like the idea is like sometimes I can throw a snowball and like it can actually bounce you up. Or maybe I actually fixed that. Oh no, yeah. So yeah, that could happen if you were in the right spot, but yeah, that's about it. But I actually never got to show off World 2's ending thing. So that was kind of a weird thing that I never got to do. Either way, it's not really anything special. It's just like it's basically the exact same thing, but with the desert enemies. Also, yeah, that can happen. So that was something that I had to plan around when recording that little section. Anyways, you also have the random bonsai bill, and this Lakitu, which weirdly stays still, I want to say, or at least it stood still for me. Yeah, that's so strange. It stood still for me, like when I was recording that section. And then there's also the angry sun, but don't worry about the angry sun. Or I guess the depressed sun, more likely. But there's also one thing that I forgot to do, or forgot to mention, which was World 2's boss, or what it was originally, because originally the Koopas didn't exist. So what was it? I'm just gonna say this right now. It was like, it may as well not even been a boss. And I also don't remember, since it was like one of the ones where I just completely failed to really, what the heck? I want to say the boss was like, I want to say it was like this. It was just this. I want to say that was the boss, but there's actually a problem. Let's say you have a fire flower, and like, you're just kind of going here and you're just like killing time by just launching fireballs. You might have just like ended up killing him without even noticing. So I guess I kind of need to show that off better. So let's just pretend like I'm actually like just shooting fireballs because I want to kill the time because I'm waiting for the auto scroll to catch up. Oh, it's dead. What, was there a boss fight? So yeah, it was like the most boring thing ever. It was so dumb, and I'm so glad the Kooplings were added because now it actually let me put a Koopling here. Even then, you don't even need to fight it, but that's how that is. That's just how that works. And that's it. That's World 3. I like, even though not a lot changed, I do really feel like it's like the most unoriginal world ever. I would say design-wise, I think this is probably my least favorite. This, actually no. It's either this or World 6 are probably my least favorite worlds design-wise. I mean, I guess technically it is like one of my... No, never mind. That's not even true. I don't even know anymore. But regardless, so this is just like one of my like least favorite like things or like worlds because it's just like it feels so unoriginal. And I've already mentioned that so many times, but like I really need to stress it out there. But yeah, I'm gonna end this little thing here. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you another time. You let an 8-ball fall. Goodbye.